classroom. We better help them. Spot it. Gotta move. Back now.
My people are out of commission. Could you pick up those mine launchers for us, please?
the only mine launcher in the area.
So, red hair, kills machines like I down ale. I'd say luck just brought us the savior of Meridian.
Just, Aloy. You mind telling me why you're hunting stalkers in the middle of Tenakth's territory?
Oh, not hunting. Salvaging. I can explain. Later. The stalkers we killed aren't the only ones around. This jungle's crawling with them. They're nasty. And they don't give up. We thought we could use their mines to secure the camp. But we have nowhere near enough. You're a hunter. You could get rid of the stalkers and get me their mine launchers at the same time. I'll make sure you get payment for it. Hastily written, but this contract has everything you need to know on it.
Got it.
Huntress. You need parts? I got them. You want to sell? I'll take them. I'm sure we'll find something to trade next time.
Never a dull day out here.
I should read this contract before chasing down any stalkers. Make sure I'm prepared. That must be the entrance to the Valley of the Fallen. Marshal Vera should be around here somewhere. There's Marshal Vera, with one of the missing Tenakth. Marshal Vera, I heard you were sent to rescue some Tenakth who went into the valley. I'm guessing you must be one of them. Where are the others?
They didn't make it.
I had to fight off several machines just to get Kanala out. The valley was closed months ago for good reason. Machines have gathered in number, as if they're drawn there by something. Not to mention the strange glowing lights off the coast.
The valley is cursed. We never should have gone in.
Vera, you were one of the challengers at the Cool Route. The one who fired the ballista at the Slitherfang.
And you're the champion who defeated it. Saved the chief's life. Revealed the truth of the visions.
I was just doing what I could to help.
You made quite an impression that day. And despite the carnage, it was the best day of my life. I became a marshal. Bore witness to the vision of unity.
You said there are strange lights off the coast.
From an island to the south. They appeared one day out of the blue around the same time the machines moved into the valley. There have also been reports of a streak of light that rises and falls in the sky above the island.
I saw it on the fourth night. A flame that climbed in the sky until it disappeared among the stars.
Is there any way to get to the island?
No. The currents between the island and the shore are too strong. You'd drown for sure.
Oh, it's on an island. I wonder if this has something to do with the Zeniths.
Don't know what any of that's about, but maybe?
If the valley's been off limits for months, why did you go in?
We wanted to run the trial.
The valley is a great test for lowland soldiers. Survive for 10 days and nights. Take down any machine that stands in the way.
Dax had a plan. We'd hunt down each machine one by one until we cleared the valley, earned the clan's respect. But we got separated from Iveka after the third day. Then machines cut us off from the way out. By the time Marshal Avira found us, we were wounded and out of supplies. More machines attacked us as we made our escape. Dax was right behind us, but he couldn't run fast enough.
A lot of machines in one place.
Then I'll come with you.
No.
I guess if you insist. Once you're in the valley, head for the Great Falls and the cliff south of the Metal Devil. The machines seem attracted to those sites.
Got it.
We'll rest here a while more, then head for the Medican Falls.
Something's attracting machines into the valley. Seems like some kind of lure. A few months without use and this trail's falling apart. Or is this part of the trial? Okay, better follow the trail. Hope this bridge holds up. There's a long way to fall. I gotta climb up higher. This really is a trial. Made it. Now to find the waterfall and the cliff south of the horse. Avira mentioned deadly machines were gathering near there. Dead machine. Bad one, too. Another dead machine. Dead to Nox. That must be Dax. Mako brother. Glowing lights. This must be the Zenith base. Looks like they have a shield around the entire place. Of course, they'd make their base on their own private island. But, back to the current problem. I've got to check out the areas Avira mentioned. Near the big waterfall and south of that Horus on the ridge. Should hit it with frost ammo. There's the waterfall, and killer machines as promised. If I'm right, there should be a lure around here. I might be able to find it with my focus. The Scorcher's one wrong look away from a firefight. Clear. Well, let's see if there's a lure around here. A machine lure. Just what I thought. But this one looks balanced. Looks Zenith tech. I better take a closer look. This data here looks like a log. From something called the Julius? Some Xenothion? It says local burning exterminator. Is there trapped in machines to kill intruders here? At least this never shut down. I should head to the cliff south of the horse. There might be another lure there. I should be able to climb up here. Doesn't look like plasma will do much damage.
Piece of it.
accelerate my fall. It feels like it's about to freeze over. Okay. I think I'm in the area Ibira mentioned. There's definitely deadly machines here. If there's a lure nearby, my focus can help me find it. Better deal with it. All right. Gotta shut this thing down. Another weird log from the Julius. This one mentions a third lure close by. I better check it out. It looks like I was right. The Zeniths left these things here to draw in machines and protect the approach to their base. There's the lure. I have to take out these machines before I can shut it off. Use purge-water ammo to my advantage. One of them missing to Nox. I've got to take out these machines. Crest of armor on its head. Must be a red-eye watcher. Should be able to override the lure now. Gotcha. That should be the last one. And Looks like there's a recording here.
Hey, shithead. I got a task for you. The Julius is ready to serve! Shut up and do what you're told. Use the indigenous robots to keep this place clear of local vermin. I'll do it myself, but Gerard says I have to stay focused, so have some fun for the both of us, huh?
Will do, Benefactor Visser. You can count on the Julius.
So Eric left a simple AI in charge of the lures. Looks like it shut itself down when I overrode the last one. I better get to that wounded Tanox. See if they're okay.
What's an outlander doing all the way out here?
Clearing the valley? You must be one of the missing Tanox. Everyone thought you were dead.
Nearly. Dax and Kanala. Are they...
Kanala's alive. Marshal Yvira pulled her out.
Speaking of...
Aloy!
Yvira. Couldn't stay away, could you?
And miss my chance to hunt the champion in the Valley of the Fallen? Never. And I see you found Now this looks like a fight.
You with me, Marshal?
My blade is yours! You wounded it! Blood of the 10! We get to kill these things? What are they? More ammo for you!
Okay, better.
Check on Yveka!
I think I took care of all the lures. I should let Yvira know.
I'll be right back. She needs a medic, but she'll live. Thanks to you. Gotta say, every time we meet is the best day ever for fighting. That battle was something else. And those weird machines. Do you think there'll be more?
No. I figured out what was causing the machines to gather in the valley, and put a stop to it.
Oh, good news for the clan then.
You don't want to fight more of those things, Evira. They're not like other machines. The masters they answer to see people as inconveniences. They'd kill anyone without a second thought. And eventually I'll have to deal with them.
The lights offshore. Is that from them?
Yeah. It's a kind of shield to protect the island. The machines drawn to this valley were meant to kill anyone who got close.
Meaningless slaughter. But definitely something for a champion, not a marshal. Here, take this then. It might help with what lies ahead.
Thank you. The valley should be safe enough for a while. But you have to tell the rest of the Tenakth to stay as far away from that island as possible.
By the champion's word. I hope our paths cross again, Aloy.
There's Ikota. Ready to hunt some machines.
Aloy, glad you made it. The place where my people seek salvage is close, as are the hostile machines. Follow if you will.
Lead the way.
I've hunted this forest since I was a boy. And when the clans were at war, Chikata and I helped hold it from the lowlanders. It was one of the few battles Hakarl ever lost.
Didn't you say Chikata was a marshal?
Yes. Later, he came to respect Hakarl's dream for a united tribe, and volunteered for the very first coup route. I was melancholy when he left the clan to serve the chief. But he came back often, and I was always glad when he did. There.
I don't think I can override
machines.
you. Just there are no cauldrons out there.
So I'll follow your lead. But be careful. There may be more about it.
I'm on it.
More! Incoming!
Looks like the hunt's not over yet!
Ah! Put that thing to work! Let's see you bleed! Here, take this and reload! Look out! A scorcher.
Guess those rumors were true.
That's a weapon! More ammo for you! Nothing up the way! Now that was a hunt. Well done. Come here for a moment. You fought well. Better than any marshal. Better than Shikata, even.
You too. You were more than friends.
Yes. Whenever he left on a mission, I felt an ache in my chest. And now he's gone forever.
He meant a lot to you. I'm so sorry, Hikota.
Don't be. You did a good thing for the village, and gave a lonely old soldier some solace. Here, take this. You deserve it. You're young and strong with many victories ahead. But perhaps someday, you could come back, if you're up for another hunt.
I just might be. I'm getting close to where Runda's crew lost their food rations. She said only a bristleback would be able to sniff them out into the sand. I think that can be arranged. A behemoth could bring down a mountain if it wanted to. more bristlebacks. Let's see if I can override one. Setting it on fire won't help. Help me find those rations Rhonda needs. This bristleback's gonna help me find Rhonda's rations. I just need to take them to the locations marked on the contract. Rhonda said some of their rations were lost around here. This bristleback should be able to dig out the containers. Just gonna get off, let it do its thing. Try to find Rhonda's rations while I'm here. Let's see if we get lucky. Tell me you got something. Right. Rebels. I'm gonna have to deal with those guys first. Good job, buddy. Let's see what we got. Rations. Barely enough for a few people. I should check the other locations, see if I can find more. Contract says I might find some of Brenda's rations in this area. Time to get off this bristleback. Find something? Rations. Still not enough for an entire crew. There might be more at the last location London marked on the contract. last shot at finding more of Ronda's rations. Looks like I found something. Thanks for the help, buddy. Looks like most of Ronda's rations are here.
Aloy, you're back.
I found the food rations.
This ought to put some spark back into my crew. Thank you. Oh, and here. Payment in full.
Thanks.
That should be helpful.
Never see it to Nox again, I'll count myself lucky.
Aloy, what can I do? That was a good trade.
No, that's not. You finally gonna put your lust where your mouth is? Whoa!
And tripped over one of the sausage wires. Didn't go boom. Well, I hope a bristleback tripped him up. Rude. Oh yeah, sure. Get around.
Aloy! So, these gizmos?
Your compassion warms my forge. Three months. You? Almost 4?
Ignoring
Last time I was back, he'd already started walking. And I missed it. That's rough.
Drinks later. Noticed machine riders earlier. They.
Your
seem
health
like
is my
increasing-
business.
Gee, I don't know. So fulfilled.
Not much point to using acid here. That bellowback run dimension should be close by. I should look at the contract just to be sure. There you are. Kinda needs that bellowback taken down with its cargo sack intact. I'm gonna have to be careful. Fluid sloshing around in that bellowback sack. I should let Brendan know. Her people will want to salvage that cargo sack. I took down the bellowback. You should be able to salvage what you need and set up a perimeter now.
Thank you, Aloy. I know my crew will sleep better once we do. This is yours then. Payment for a job well done.
Thanks. I have to get going.
Good to know we won't starve to death. And again, there's always the knock.
I think Renda's crew lost their gear somewhere in this area. I should give her contract another read, just to be sure I know what I'm doing. That must be the cart the contract mentioned. But whatever gear it was carrying isn't here. I should take a closer look. Hot. I'm sweating everywhere. Whoever took the gear did a number on this cart. Maybe my focus can help me figure out what happened. Claw marks. Might be from Glinthawks. More claw marks. Bigger ones. Maybe a sunwings. Whichever did this must have scavenged the gear left in the cart. Maybe if I give it something else to scavenge, I can lure it back. Then follow it to its nest. I think I found my bait. Let's find somewhere to hide. Its wings. So it was a sunwing. If I want to find out his gear, I'm gonna have to follow this thing. Quietly. I need to lose this thing, now. was close. But now I gotta get back after that sunwing, find its nest. This must be the sunwing's nest. Let's hope Brenda's gear is here. So it doesn't like purge water. See me. That's Oseram gear, all right. I better get out of here before the Sunwing comes back. And get this to Runda's crew.
You're back.
I got the camping gear you needed.
So you came through. Thank you, Aloy. This'll make my crew a lot more comfortable. Now, as per our contract, here's your payment.
Thank you.
Looks like we'll be able to make our way back to No Man's Land as soon as my crew is strong enough. But I was wondering, the rollerback salvage I was gonna use to build the armor, I lost it after we ran into those Tenakth. I was hoping you could find it for me. Otherwise, all of this would have been for nothing.
Do you have any idea where it might be?
I marked the area on your contract. I know it's not much to go on.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Aloy.
Guess we'll be going back to Barren Light soon.
The locator shows there's another recording in there. I should read that contract when I get the chance. This is where Rhonda said rollerback salvage. Nice. I'll take that. I see more salvage. Back by force. Force isn't gonna do much. What I was looking for. the salvage now. Looks like I'm bringing Runda some extra salvage. Should be more than enough to make her armor.
You look like you've been in a fight.
Found your salvage. Had to fight a shell snapper for it.
A shell snapper, huh? You know, after all this, I was thinking about making a new helmet for the armor. Something better prepared to deal with a sandstorm. That shell snapper salvage might do the trick. No sense in letting your hard work go to waste.
Glad it helped.
Here, your payment. Maybe when my armor wins Karev's competition, you'll come by to celebrate with us. If you have time to go back to Barren Light, that is.
I'd like that. We'll see.
Gotta admit.
Now.
Maybe speak?
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the Diviners haven't recovered.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why Diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to Diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning, with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many Diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Farrow, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Farrow, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the Diviners discovered that Farrow spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire, the living embodiment of Ted Farrow, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right. The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
Sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that. I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
need to get going.
The plan, it will help
I hope so.
Then
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alva.
Oh, I also wanted to give you this. For helping with the land gods. Plainsong is in your debt.
Thank you, Zoe.
You deserve much more for all you've done. May the land always bloom in your steps.
And yours? How'd it go with the chorus after we fixed the...
They were shocked when I told them that our lands... I thought Fane's eyes would pop out, but of course they had no choice but to take it, even if it meant all their preaching about me. To be honest,
I'm glad. They're lucky that you never gave... How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of... called it metal versus meat. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it...
Read anything interesting?
I found out the old ones used leaf infusion. Apparently it helped that and some sort of scented wax they... Me, I think I'll stick...
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes. To know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from... It gives me hope that the cycle...
I need to get...
Right. That means we'll be going up...
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's Alva for you. Now that I have Omega clearance, we...
Can't wait to see their fate.
Better them than us. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you...
The seeds have been... What?
I'm glad you and Zoe found...
Don't forget.
I should go...
Of course.
There she is.
Maniacs, lava...
I'll remember that next time I...
At least I got what we needed.
Good thing I got...
Have you spoken with...
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy... She took to that new focus. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it.
You look tired.
Ha! I've just been making sure that I wouldn't want to be the usual.
You'll do fine. I should get...
As soon as you...
I'll give you the heads...
Interesting. Aloy, we've been briefed on our mission, and
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn...
And?
I looked up this pharaoh guy and learned about the plague of machines. To think that the ancient world was... There is no glory or honor in such a fate.
That about sums it up. Have you spoken with...
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing. Her mind is sharp. That much is certain.
Trust me.
I will take your...
I have...
Then do...
Welcome back.
Drone's reconnected now.
choice. Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. A slave. Forever. We have a solid plan. You helped come up with it. Without you there, the probability that the Zeniths discover us is high. But with you, that risk is much less. We'll get Hephaestus, get out, and come back here. It'll be okay. No! You can't guarantee that. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect? don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. Like he said, odds are in our favor if I do. We have to succeed. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Looks like the old ones used their focuses to send all kinds of messages back in the day.
All over the world, too. Anytime they want.
Patience.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was the ones Gaia and Beta built. Is everything?
Not anymore.
To understand one another. Oh, and
have you spoke?
A little. I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. Seemed so. And she looked happier. I felt.
You should ask So to teach you sometime.
Maybe.
If you need anything.
You have no. Gaia's explained your plan in detail. I've even received some very, you know.
What kind of it?
He, told me to run.
For now. Any more data cut?
All of it? I'm particularly interested. We knew the ancestors. We theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the sheer calculations needed for.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night. Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors. And here on Earth, right?
Yeah, it is. Maybe Nikita around? The legacy tells us she brought or Sung Jiao, whom it is said she found new ways, but my curiosity faded to the reality that perhaps it is.
You mentioned there.
Yes. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it, but the data from the greenhouse.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So, the legacy... If we can acquire that... Every year, my sister gets terrified when the...
Okay.
That's the thing. The data does... Would you come with me? You're much better at fighting me.
Of course.
Thank you.
I should go. Make sure you talk...
Mayor Path.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when
I appreciate it.
Hey, we'll be...
I've already got the location.
Good.
I heard you in
news travel.
It wasn't exactly...
There were just things that needed...
A healthy crop to those who clear the...
You look like you have something...
We're going to war soon. But... the more... It makes me realize just how fighting for that gift...
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there.
I don't know what you're talking... I should go.
As soon as you...
You'll hear about...
Aloy, it sounded like you...
We just...
Does this mean she's...
It does. I hope...
That's what all this was...
Hephaestus won't go down.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost. I can always call upon the gods.
Funny. Any last findings you want to...
Not really.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to...
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen... What will you and Zoe do if you go back?
I hope she'll come with me. And I'll go with her to Plains. She'll probably want to talk to her. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. How does everyone...
Anxious. I heard Katalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said.
I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to...
It'll work.
Always optimistic.
Nah, just stubborn.
Yeah. You were right. You know, I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. But the truth is, he gave me a lot.
He was a good man.
It's...
Yes, as a home...
Well, I'm glad you're coming.
Sure there's no...
No more running. Hey,
Are you sure we should... Whatever went up? Not that I'm judging.
I think we'll be fine.
I'm glad to hear it.
After we...
It wasn't that bad. Besides, going through all the soldiers, the one... they were fighting a battle. I think most of them really still did it, though. As long as I can do that.
Thank you, Erend.
Okay, enough.
Anybody take...
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried it, and I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in...
What about Katala?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg.
I should go.
That same here.
The 10 road machines, too. In a way. Aloy.
Had a... Really?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a...
Did he ever...
In time. But no.
You nervous?
If I live, it will be in... What matters most is that you...
I'll do my best. Think you're ready to put all your...
I am to Noct.
Remind me what we...
Gaia said we can find what we need at the Zenith.
Got it. I should go get...
I await your...
Hello again, Aloy. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia.
Yes. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that I am pleased to see.
Well, do you have...
Yes. Are you ready to depart, or we can continue?
So, about Beta.
You have both endured many hardships. I like to think of you as
3, then. How's all of us settled?
As soon as she arrived, a particular information about a machine assistant, I informed her that once I may be able to...
I'm sure. When I set out to find a way to bring you back...
They have all come a long way. Varl has suggested that one day we might once the bios.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. So our plan to...
As you wish.
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega...
Correct. When we get to Gemini, the second core...
And then you'll be able to...
Not quite. You will...
How long will that...
Because the work will be...
And during that time, the...
Correct. The energy surge should...
And then we'll have everything we need to do. So I found Thebes.
It seems he convinced... Given the tribal nature of new humans, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes.
Okay. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives.
Elysium was designed to provide... My data indicates...
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. Her presence is... We exchanged... It was the first...
Your friend?
Yes, though I am...
She was okay with that. Thanks, Gaia. So what will happen to this place?
All systems within this... As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be though without my presence, it is...
Let's hope so. I'll be off.
Farewell.
All this time, I've been so focused on what Elizabeth was like, what she would do. I was wrong to hold Beta to that standard. I probably shouldn't even be doing it to myself. I'll try to do better. So much of who I am is because of Rost. Even now. He's still teaching me. And he'd probably scold me for taking so long to learn the lesson.
Aloy, I'm glad you've returned.
I'm back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too. Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engaging autonomous defenses. Directive neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come.
Varl, stay here. Protect Beta.
They've got it.
Be careful.
Let's wipe them out.
Down it goes.
Stay back. To the fight. Aloy, here's some ammo. Get back. Over here, you!
Aloy? Help!
back!
That's all of them for now. You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled. Deeper into the facility. Chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core. No, you don't, Hephaestus! I'll find another way over.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there. How to get up there. Some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
Looks like they were cutting crews out, though. Well, that doesn't sound good. Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I better follow them. Those machines are in a hurry.
Aloy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to...
the power node? I think that could work.
I think it could. Should be able to catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
There should be a node you can override, near the central platform.
Thanks. I should deal with these machines first. Still in this fight.
Order F6R. Countermeasures deploying. Secondary defenses. Intruder, your coming is at hand.
Oh, great. The machine's on the way. Beta! Hephaestus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
We got them all.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Caster 1-1.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, it better not get comfortable. cover the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy! More machines keep coming! Please tell me you're getting close!
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out!
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right? Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity! I think we can do this, Aloy.
The shield. I've got to find a way past the shield. Oh, that's a bad fall. As long as I can still stand. There's a way over the shield. All right. I need to drive Hephaestus out of here.
There should be another node to unlock.
Got it. Oh. Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
I'll give up the hunt soon enough. work?
You did the heavy lifting.
Purge imminent. Retreat to construction bay 1.
Okay. This is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine Hephaestus was building. It must have finished it.
It's powerful, whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No, wait. Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine is my job.
Okay. Be safe.
Deploying priority.
Scan it first. There's things on its legs are glowing. I think it's charging up. It finished charging. It's covered in plasma. This'll help. Charging up again. I need to get my stamina back. Maybe purge water can dampen its attacks. He got plasma on me. It's gonna explode any second. It's done.
You did it! There should be one more node to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you. No more hiding, Hephaestus!
The sunny core.
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Aloy, the core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained. And we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
To complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code. Carefully.
Redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
Get behind me.
Come on! Quit screwing around.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her! I can't even see her!
Beta. Varl. Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast? Okay. Why did Tilda bring me here? What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain. My favorite pairing on the left is woman reading a letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, woman reading music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later. Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world. The Gust, by Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's Leaded Ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Van Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
A lot of weight on his shoulders. I know the feeling.
Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such treasures for a moment more. Or come upstairs and we'll get down to business. Your choice.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back, and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So you know all about...
What would you like to know?
Well?
When I was 8, 10,000 drowned, my parents included. My guardian. Among my peers, I was all because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh.
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't. Neither did I. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith...
They painted an irresistible one where we explored the furthest. It was only later that they only intended to bequeath this future. By the time I finally figured Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth, so I accepted Far Zenith. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you...
To do what?
Help you. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't a better future for humanity.
So this channel you shared with Beta...
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being...
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable, truly some of the greatest achievements.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing. I thought if she could experience Vermeer, bring something else into her. A heritage every bit as valuable as the science data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret. She needed its shelter even more than
Beta told me you came back to Earth because you had...
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed cities. It took a cataclysm to find out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was, only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, left to us.
Which you decided to for anyone else.
Not me. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas, work around the smudges. Primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank pleases. But we will stop him.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation. A passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window.
Once we're inside the base, where will we...
Here, in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery, once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prom.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned the distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can...
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, with it, in the Tanakh army, such a shame he'll be just...
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war. What does she have to gain by attack?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the dust.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into... And all without ever knowing who the Sons of... Yet for all of Silence's, that blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut out. So you knew...
Liz was everything she was. I see and more. Your ingenuity, your determination. You've managed to distill her greatest...
I'm not asking about me.
The honest answer, for all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked. It was like...
So when you met...
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated but in her address, an AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on, but actually take responsibility.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I watched her after her talk. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the... I didn't want to be a pest, so
So how did you find...
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. Colleagues. I asked if I could then put forth a question about her... was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't. But she was very welcoming. Previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I exactly who I was. It was... my business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a mentorship. She always seemed to know I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling. First Varl. Now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regalla's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regalla's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the...
Looks like there's more to this place. I'm sure Tilda won't mind me poking around. How to get through these vines. was supposed to meet Oliver here to find data on Leviathan. But after what happened at Gemini, I'd better head back to base first. See if everyone's okay.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first... we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me... a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.